Welcome back to Dark Corner's Vladvent calendar, a festive celebration of Transylvania's most enduringly popular resident and his best, worst and weirdest films. In previous years on these countdowns, we've always done one film per day, but this year we're changing it up and grouping films together, starting with Dracula is the big name draw. Put Dracula in your film title and it immediately stands out. But not every film can be Dracula. So how do you use the name without telling the same story or without even using the character? Well, if you're as big a star as Dracula, then your dependents and hangers-on warrant a film of their own. Even your pets. Dracula's dog, also known as Zoltan, Hound of Dracula, would be a prime example of how the big man's name can be used to sell a film. This is basically the undead amazing journey, as a dog undertakes a long journey to find its master, but accompanied by a zombie stooge instead of a cat. Also, vampire puppy. It's proved a very popular Dark Corners review and has an undeniably arresting poster, as does Dracula's Fiancée, Jean Roland's willfully bizarre take with witches, nuns, a werewolf and a baby-eating ogress. And what could almost be a sequel, Dracula's Widow, directed by Christopher Coppola, nephew of Francis Ford, and starring softcore legend Sylvia Christel as the late Count's wife who seeks vengeance against the Van Helsing family for her husband's death. If you put Brides of Dracula between those two, you'd make an interesting trilogy, but surely the most tangential of links to Dracula is Dracula's Guest, who is at least Dracula's guest during the film and not just someone who stayed with him once. The film is also known as Bram Stoker's Dracula's Guest, which sounds like a weaseling and clumsily worded attempt to link it to Christopher Coppola's Uncle's film, but this is in fact based on Bram Stoker's short story Dracula's Guest, which is believed to be a deleted chapter from the original novel. Although the film is so loosely based on that story that the lead character is Stoker himself, so the title could be interpreted as Bram Stoker is Dracula's Guest. Either way, and despite its credentials, it's a truly awful film.
I'll send you back to hell!
Thanks for watching. Better known and just plain better films have used the Dracula's trick, and we'll be looking at one of them tomorrow. Till then, pitch us your Dracula's film in the comments below. What happens when Dracula's aunt comes to visit? Who has borrowed Dracula's lawnmower?